Boom, shakalaka. And welcome to the showdown. It's a show where we talk sports, we talk smack, and we talk some real shit. Yo, it's your boy OG Tim Wilson. I'm here live with the Nasty Boys, Big Ed and Waves. What up, though, fellas?
What up? What up?
What up, dog?
What up, though? Yo, man, this is the What Up, Though Show Network. If you like what you see, please like what you see and subscribe to the channel because we'd love to have you checking out all of the episodes and all of the shows that we put forth because we do put in work for you. It's been a couple weeks, man. We didn't do any shows last week because a tree fell and knocked my internet out.
Yep.
So I was without internet all week last week, and when it finally came back up, I was already drunk and happy, and I couldn't do this. So I'm just glad to be back, man. Tommy has killed 17 people on Power since the last time we met.
Oh wow. Oh man, that reminds me. I gotta check that out. I got stars just for that, and I still ain't watched that one yet.
Oh man, yeah, it's good. It's okay. It's all right. It's all right. I like some of the other ones. I like the storylines in the other Powers better. The action in this one there's more action, but I like the storylines better in the other Powers.
Right.
That said, this is not the Power Hour. This is the showdown. So let's take a shot and talk some shit.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. I'm passing the Cavassier. This one going out to all you losers.
Woo-wee.
I tell you what, that was solid. Waves, where we going first?
When we got our team leagues to go ahead and hit over real quick.
Okay.
Get right into our fantasy talk.
Which league we hitting first?
All right, well, let's do the let's see, which league do we hit first? Let's hit what's happening in the EFG supremacy.
All right.
We kicking their ass.
I'm 4-0 in that league.
We are kicking their ass.
Or no, wait, take that back. 3-0 because we missed a week.
We did miss a week in that league. You are correct. Yeah, let's see here.
I would like to start off and blame Big Ed for this loss I took this week in this matchup.
Why?
All the hype this man's giving me about Roshan Johnson, and this little motherfucker came out and just sat on the ground hoping for yards.
Big Ed, you did hype him up a lot. You did hype up Roshan Johnson.
Oh, he's supposed to be a bigger part of the offense, but the way our team works, they're kind of stupid sometimes.
Oh, sure. If you want to say they work, that's okay. But
your team meaning the Chicago Bears.
yeah.
I've got an interesting statistic for you about the Bears.
All right.
This came up today. It came up in an odd way, and I had to go look it up to get an actual stat, and I was shocked at the actual stat. The Bears has not won a game since October 24th.
Yep.
We are approaching a calendar year since the Bears have won a game.
Yeah.
Wow. But all right, back to the main
Right
reason
now.
I lost this
Right
week.
now, the Bears are slated to have the first and the second draft pick.
Yeah.
Next year.
Wow.
Another big reason I lost this week is Jordan Asset did 0. Literally, that was the score he left on my goddamn board was a goose egg with one pass thrown to him. He got shut out. He got lights out. That's
Big Ed won big. Big Ed won big. He blew Sooners fan out, and I won as well pretty handily. Big Ed won by 70 points. He put the Dolphins on him. I won by about 30. So I'm 2-1. we're just dominating them dudes, man. We
Yeah.
are dominating this league. So big ups to the collective on that one. So yeah, big ups to the collective. We hear a lot of shit. Okay. I want to address these power rankings. Can I do that? Or do I
Yes,
need,
you can.
or should I do this first? So the power rankings were as follows. SWG number one, of course, because you know who did this list.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. I don't do bias. Mr. Cry, if we go crying because y'all don't do, y'all just talk from y'all perspective. If it was just bias, it'd be fair. Shut the fuck up. And I'm talking to Johnny the mechanic. That's who I'm talking to. Yes, and I'm saying your bitch ass name today. All right? All of this old, but all you post is your biased bullshit. So don't complain when all I talk is my biased bullshit. All right? My shit ain't even bull. I'm talking the good shit. You bringing the bullshit. So he got number one is SWG, of course. Then he says number two is BSB. I ain't gonna have a huge problem with BSB.
No.
I'm really not. Right now, we battling their ass. We kind of going head neck and neck with BSB right now, the Nasty Boys.
Yep.
We neck and neck with BSB. But number three got Death Row.
You mean the crew that we beating the shit out of?
We're smashing the Death Row right now. We're smashing Death Row right now. At number four, who he got at number four? He got at number four, he's got the Collective. And then at number five is EFG. These motherfuckers whose ass we beating now. These people that's getting their ass beat by us now. He calling them EFG Tech. And then he's got at number six is us, the Nasty Boys. And then at number seven is EFG New York, which don't make sense because there's no EFG New York. There's EFG the Collective is the same group.
How you gonna put us in the damn rankings 3 times? But I will say the fact that he recognizes us 3 times in the rankings shows how scared he is because he realizes individually we'll kick his ass. Collectively, we will kick his ass. And our boys will kick his ass.
So I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna revise that. I'm gonna give SWG their props and call them number one now because I am not biased. I am unbiased. I'm calling the Collective number two.
Absolutely.
I'm calling BSB number three. I'm putting Nasty Boys at number 4.
Mm-hmm.
I'm putting Death Row at number 5. I'm putting the Steppers at number 6. I'm putting the Midwest Monkeys at number 7. And bringing up the rear is these dudes out of Texas, the other EFG. And I'm gonna give them. I ain't gonna even disrespect them no more. It's they are also EFG. It's the Elite Fantasy Games versus Extreme Fantasy Games. So they are the Elite Fantasy Games, but they're bringing up the rear.
Yeah,
that's the real power ranking for those that want to hear some real unbiased, real shit, good shit.
I can get behind them.
That said, let's move on to let the big dogs eat.
That's a big
I got more shit for that boy. I got more shit for that boy.
Hey.
Let the big dogs eat. I took a. Oh, by the way, yeah, I didn't even look at the. I think we were 5-3 against the Elite this week.
We almost tied up. We were almost 4-4, but Bobby Wagner came out there and won me my game.
Yeah, we got it. We were EFG. We were 5-3 against EFG, the other EFG. Last week we swept them. This week we went 5-3 against them. So in the big dogs eat, I did take a win. I took a win. Let's see. Oh, good game. Waves won by the hair on his chin 114-112. Nice game. Less than 2 points. Well, just over 2 points. Less than 2 points, actually.
If Bobby Wagner didn't go do what he did, I would have won. I would have lost by 30.
Okay, all right. I like it. I like it. I like it. Big Ed, what did you do? Big Ed took an L.
Nope.
Dejan took an L. Dejan took an L. He took a big L too. He took a hard L.
I got a dub.
Carlton took an L, and Big Ed took a
Yeah.
dub by 5 points. So yeah, that's good shit. So we I think in that one we were 4-4.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
We
I
were
scooped
4-4.
that
We
one out,
evened out in that one. That's the second week out of I think that we've been pretty much going neck and neck. It's either been 5-3 or 4-4 in this one. This one was neck and neck the whole way. So yo, big ups to the BSB. That's been a good battle. World War One. I know we just call it World War, but I'm calling it World War One because there's probably going to be a World War Two.
Yep.
So World War One, I put a beat down on King Clark. I whooped that. I beat him like he stole candy from a baby.
Ooh, yeah.
And let's see here. Waves took a W. Waves put a W on the big bad wolf. I like it. I like it. Who else? Mel
Ooh.
took a L. And Big Ed took a L.
Yep.
Yeah,
Man, John, what the
Nation
hell?
Purge Nation put some big numbers up on you though.
Ooh,
Yeah.
but John went.
John beat the hell out of Team Gangbang.
Oh,
Good
Deshaun,
Lord, this guy won by 100 something points.
man, Deshaun went out there and made him go grab his own switch.
So yes, we took a 5-3. We took a 5-3 week in that one again. Again, we took a 5-3. Let's see. Leaders of the New School. I am not doing good in Leaders of the New School. In fact, I have not yet won a game in Leaders of the New School. I have no idea why my team can't pull a win. I'm getting close. I don't have a bad team. And every week I'm losing by, I'm not getting blown out. I lost 186 to 191. So I'm losing by 5 points. I'm losing like that every week though. And it don't matter, right? A loss is a loss is a loss is a loss. So let's see though. In that, who else we got? I think Dejan took an L in this one too. Jab won. And Chris won. So they dominated this week. They had a good week. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-3. So they took a 5-3 this week. They took a 5-3 this week against the Steppers Only. That is the Midwest Monsters against the Steppers Only. And so they took a 5-3 against us in that one. So they're so far they're up in that one. They're giving us the business. Warzone. That is us against that's Steppers against BSB. Steppers against BSB. I put a ass dragging on the Dream Killers. Talking all that dream killing shit. I killed your dreams, motherfucker. Call me Freddy Krueger, bitch. Let's see. Dejan took a win in that one, and so did Carlton. Carlton won in that league as well. So let's see. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-3. Steppers Only. Steppers Only took a 5-3 week against BSB. Has been BSB has actually been winning for the most part in that one though.
Yeah.
Steppers Only. Let's see. Is that the last one? No, the Clash, of course.
Ugh, man. I ain't
The
got.
Clash, of course. The biggest of the big. The biggest of the big. I beat Chris this week. I beat Chris. Chris took his first L. Chris was 3-0. So my team. I lost my first 2 and I won my last 2. So that's 2 in a row for me. So I'm 2-2. My team is starting to come around and do their thing. Dejan beat Jab. Dejan gave Jab his first L. So Chris and Jab took their first L's. Both took their first L's this week. Dejan put it on him pretty good too. Let's see here. Who else? Waze took an L.
Man,
You took a good L too. Nigga.
and I took a L by taking bad advice.
And Carlton took an L to Acorn.
Hey. Nope, I ain't gonna do it. Never mind.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I ain't gonna do it.
Do it.
Look, Carlton, keep your advice to yourself, brother. That's all. Hey, I got nothing love for love you. I ain't got nothing but love for you, brother. But
Melvin went down to CJ. CJ took Melvin out. So that's 1. That's 2. That's 3. We 4-4. We went 4-4 this week with SWG. So the clash evened out this week.
yeah, and I think this is like the second week in a row.
I think you're right. I think last week we evened out as well. So yeah, or I don't know. I would have to look at it. Well, I can look at it now if you want me to. If it comes down to it, I can look at it now. 1, 2, 3. No, last week we lost 5-3.
Okay.
Last week we lost 5-3. This week we evened it up 4-4, and so it's some action happening there. It's some action happening there. Let's see here, and I want to just touch on before we go. I've got to touch on the corruption series.
All right.
And Chinese corruption, I whooped your ass.
Took that L. I have no excuses. Yeah, I just I had the right players that just didn't do the right thing.
Boy, I beat your ass so good.
How the hell did my kicker score 0?
I don't know, but I whooped your ass.
I know they motherfucker. I am the first human in history to have a kicker put up a goose egg while starting.
Actually, the second, because I got him in another league and I saw the same thing.
Ain't that some shit?
Yeah. I would like to point out though that in the clash, I remember somebody, and I ain't gonna even mention his name. Yes, I will. Acorn making fun of my statement when I said, defense is kind of interchangeable to me. And he made fun of me after the week 1 when I lost. But for these last 2 weeks, my defense has outscored the teams that I was up against for the last 2 weeks in a row. 2 weeks in a row, my defense have outscored them. So yeah, I know what the fuck I'm doing. I needed some games under me. Week 1 is all guesswork because they have no games under their belt. So there's nothing to go by. Now I got information to feed off of. I got information to go off of, and I can pull in some better defensive players because I got something to work with. I got something to pull from. And so for the last 2 weeks, my defense has been putting up numbers.
Man, I had a defense in one league who scored me -2 points.
Well, yeah, the defense. I'm talking IDP though. I'm talking IDP.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I'm talking.
Man, I was so mad at that.
Smoke session. I am terrible in smoke session. I ain't won a game yet. Who that little Big Ed smoked me in this week too.
I'm actually dominating the league right now.
Well, you should be. It's yours.
They cheated.
I will say though, I'm 2-2 in that league. I'm doing okay. I got a dub this week.
I'm 0-4. I ain't won a game in that damn league yet.
Hey, and I didn't cheat because actually Waze is the co-commissioner, and he's the one that actually set up all the rules.
Yep. And that's me.
I'm not buying that shit.
I'll show you the messages.
I ain't buying that shit. I don't care what you do. I'm not buying it.
He had a good.
There is another note from the clash I wanted to point out too, and I think I am correct. I'm going back to it just to confirm it before I say it, but I think I'm correct. Carlton, if I'm not mistaken, and I'm not, I'm looking at it again right now, and I am correct. Carlton actually outscored everybody in the league except Acorn.
God damn.
if he would have played anybody else on either side, he would have won. He outscored. I hate when that happens, but it happens.
Man,
He outscored everybody in the league except the team he played.
man, that's tough.
Yeah, so that got to burn. That got to burn. That got to burn. So that's the luck of the draw right there. That was a lucky draw.
Speaking of Carlton and his lucky draws, I got
Wait a minute. Rephrase that. No,
Yeah,
speaking of
let's
Carlton
rephrase that.
speaking of Carlton and his lucky draws.
Yeah, I agree. Let's rephrase that. Speaking of Carlton and his luck, his luck last week ran out in the Money League because it was me that gave him his first L.
Oh, and the mini money. That's right. That's right. He was talking that.
I'm going undefeated.
Undefeated shit. Yeah. Not happening. Not happening. We didn't believe that was happening anyway, Carlton.
No, we knew that wasn't
It
happening.
was automatically going to be one of us three that took him down.
Nobody believed that shit was going to happen. Nobody believed it, Carlton.
OG,
Yeah.
how about what's going down in that nasty football league?
I'm kicking ass.
As always.
Yeah, that's all. That's all that matters, right? Well, I thought that was. I'm kicking ass in that one. So that's the Nasty Football League 2, because the original Nasty Football League is still going on NFL.com. And I kind of just switched over. Unfortunately, I left Sleeper already, so that's why I'm not. I just remembered that I beat somebody to a pulp, and I think I'm undefeated in that league.
Mm.
I think I'm still undefeated there. But I'm moving on to the rest of the. I moved platforms because I'm moving with the Corruption series. And in NFL, we've got Cuban Corruption. That was Chinese Corruption, but I beat Waze to a pulp. Cuban Corruption. I'm on a 2-game winning streak. I just won again, so I'm 3-1 in this one too. I am kicking some ass. I am kicking some ass. Who did I beat? Let's see. Who did I beat? So I won there. I'm kicking ass in the Corruption series. I want it to be known.
Yeah. Hey,
because you'll never know this if you're in SWFFG, because they don't post that. They don't tell you that when I'm kicking ass. I beat CJ. They don't tell you that when I'm kicking ass. He just tells you when I'm losing.
But I will say it out loud and very clearly once again, as always. My whole purpose in the Corruption series is to make sure Johnny doesn't win.
Okay. Were you in Cuban? Oh no, you're not in this.
I'm just in Chinese. I want to be that one guy that makes it. So that
okay, you're not in Cuban. Jab won in the Cuban. Jab won in Cuban, and Chris lost to Sky Soldier, Acorn, the Johnny Wannabe, Johnny Wanna, Johnny Wannabe.
Ooh wee.
George is my friend. He's so big and so strong.
The dishonorable one. The dishonorable one.
Let's see here. In the Russian Corruption.
Mm.
In the Russian Corruption. I hate that these load so slow. Okay, there it is. In the Russian Corruption, I took an L to Chris. A big one. Chris doubled me up, doubled me up on there. 105.52. Kick my ass. I'm now 3-1 in the Russian Corruption. I was undefeated, so now I'm 3-1. I took the L there. I took the L like a man. So I beat him. I got him in the clash, and he got me in the Corruption series. So good for him. Dagnammit, this damn gnat. I'm gonna fight you.
Yo, I'm just happy it's someone else other than me, man. I still remember that shit a couple years back.
Yeah. So I'm 3-1 in the Russian, and let's see. Jab is not in the playoff picture right now. It just shows the playoff picture. Don't get a full standings. You got to click next to see this nigga. That's how bad. That's how far down the totem pole his ass is.
Damn, they said he's in the toilet bowl.
That motherfucker is way down upon the Swanee River. Fuck it. I can't even see him. He's not in the playoff. Oh, there he is. There we go. Okay, it's 2-2. He's 2-2, which is not in the playoff picture right now. Because he's a low 2-2. Of the 2-2s, he's the last of the 2-2s. And in the Ukraine corruption, I'm 2-2. God damn it. I went down. I lost to Melvin. Melvin is 4-0. I lost to Mel. Melvin's 4-0, and I am 2-2 in the Ukraine. So that would be the least of mine. And the Korean corruption is the last of the corruption series. And I once again whooped somebody's ass. While Jab is 2-2, I sit atop the fray at 4-0. I want everybody to go Google me because all of my names mean something in all of the corruption series. So I'm OG Park Chung Hee. If you Google me, you'll see why that's my name in the Korean. I am OG Gorbachev in Russia. I'm the Ip Man in Chinese.
Oh yeah, I'm President Mao in the Chinese corruption.
In Chinese, I'm Ip Man. I am OG Yushchenko in the Ukraine. And so you got to know your history or just Google me and you'll learn something if you look me up, if you don't recognize my name. And of course, in the Cuban, I am OG Fidel Castro. So some of those names you recognize, some you might not. My favorite of them is Park Chung Hee.
I feel it.
Oh man. So what do you say we move around, huh?
Yeah. I got Battle Worlds ready for you guys here.
Okay. Hit us with a battle world.
This week, I'm not really going to go over who won, who lost here. I will say the top 5 players this week, with Big Ed leading the charge.
Big Ed.
Big Ed placed number 1. Carlton came in second in Battle World this week. Han pulled up in 3rd, and Jeb came in 4th with OG pulling up here in 5th. Me personally, I came down to the 11th out of 12 teams this week.
Oh, damn.
Good week. It is what it is. It is my league, whatever. But it was an interesting week to say the least. Big Ed pulling up number 1 was a difference maker this week. I don't think you pulled up number 1 yet this year in Battle World.
No. Battle World's been a rough one so far.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I got a lot of underperforming players on a lot of teams.
Same here.
And I'm okay with that. I do too, but I'm okay with it because I'm okay with some of them. I'll say that.
Right.
Because some players come to life in time. Yeah. Stuff happens. There's time, you know. I always say the season starts now. This is when the season starts. We're hitting our first bye week. The season starts at the first bye week. That's when the real shit starts to hit the fan, because that's when your draft. Did you draft well late in the rounds, late in the draft? Did you build good depth? Are you good at finding free agents? You're going to lose some people. You're going to lose some people in the free agent pool because you got to drop somebody at some point. Who you going to pick up? Who you going to lose? How will you survive it? And this is when it gets very interesting. It gets very interesting to me right here. And I'm looking forward to it, man. This is the fun shit. People
Oh.
start getting hurt, start having bye weeks,
Yeah.
and
Week
people that started the season on the injured reserve will start coming around.
Yep.
Suspended players are
Oh.
unsuspended this week.
We got Alvin Kamara just came back this week. We got Jamison Williams coming back next week.
Jonathan Taylor soon.
Jonathan Taylor back at practice. We got Cooper Kupp back at practice. So
Real
it's going down, baby.
It's gonna get really interesting.
It's gonna get real. There's a lot of guys out there that hasn't been contributing. That's gonna be contributing, and it is gonna change the way a lot of teams look. So what we saw with the first 4 games, we might not see over the next 4 games.
And this is why when it came to the clash, I wasn't really stressing. Don't get me wrong, I'm very pissed off with the way my teams have been performing, especially since my quarterbacks are Joe Burrow and Danny Jones. And so far this week or this year, neither of those guys have been producing very well. But week 5 is where, man, all leagues, everybody can get flipped upside down real quick just because of a bye week.
Hey, I tell you what, I have not stressed at all. I heard, I laughed at the week 1 champions, the overreaction Monday for week 1, week 2. All of that stuff is, to me, weak. It's just that. You're week 1. You are the WEAK1. The week 1. That's it. The week 1 champion. So it don't bother me. It does. I was not bothered because I look at my roster and I said, my team is not that bad.
Right.
I'm still gonna be there. I'm gonna be there as we start to progress through this season. I'm gonna be there. My IDP is gonna come around as I get more information. I get more data to build from. The more data I can make smarter moves on my IDPs. They gonna come back around, and I will be there. And I got 2 in a row under my belt. Watch out! I might not lose no more.
Hey, starting this week, man, just keeping it on a fantasy note, this week, this is where the waiver wire really comes into play now.
Oh, the waiver comes into play. The waiver and your draft.
Yeah,
And how well did you draft in the late rounds?
exactly.
How well did you draft in the later rounds? That comes into play now too, because if you drafted well enough, then you've got some guys that people are on the waiver wire looking for, and they're already on your bench.
Yeah.
So I say let's it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
All right, so we gotta discuss a few things here.
Uh-oh.
We're gonna start this off real simple. What the fuck is going on with the Bengals?
With the Bengals?
With the Bengals.
Joe Burrow sucks this year.
Joe Burrow came in hurt.
He came in hurt, but he's not hurt anymore.
Yeah,
No, it's still a nagging injury.
It was Joe Burrow came in hurt. Shannon Sharp says it all the time. You limp into the season, you limp out because you don't have time to get healthy during the season. Unless you sit your ass down and get healthy, you're not going to have an opportunity to get better. Who gets better while playing?
Right.
Nobody. And Joe Burrow is not. That offensive line is water, and he's not healthy enough to make up for it like he had been over the previous few seasons.
Yeah.
And the run game ain't strong enough to handle it either.
And the run game's not strong enough just because of that line. So here's my question for you guys then. Is it fair to assume or say, since it is so early in the season, bench Burrow for a couple of weeks so he can get healthy?
Hell yeah!
That'd be the first thing.
Now you mean fantasy wise or Bengals wise?
Angles wise, should they bench him for a couple of weeks so he
They're
can
not
get
going
healthy? That way they have an option to get into the playoff.
No.
You can go.
Who's their backup? Jake Browning? Is that his name?
That's my point exactly.
But have the backups not been balling out this year?
Nope. I'm not doing
Oh no,
it.
look at Josh Dobbs.
Josh Dobbs is not the backup, but Josh Dobbs is the starter.
Yeah.
Yeah, but is Josh Dobbs going to be the starter when Kyler's ready?
Kyler
Yeah.
Murray is not playing. I told you at the beginning of the season, Kyler Murray has played his last game as a Cardinal. He's done.
Damn. That's
He has played his last game in that uniform,
He's good.
unless he's healthy and Josh Dobbs gets hurt. He's done.
okay.
That's his only saving grace to get to play in that uniform again is for Josh Dobbs to go down.
And
He's
by all
off.
accounts,
It's over.
he's still not healthy enough to play.
And Josh Dobbs is already, if nothing else, Josh Dobbs is already shut
Won the
Ways.
job.
He's won the team.
He
got
shut
to
Ways
play.
up. He shut Ways up.
Yeah. I
Arizona is not going winless.
No,
I told him that.
I started talking my shit about Josh Dobbs because
He said Arizona was going winless.
and
Arizona would not win a game, and they kicked the Cowboys' ass.
We
that
actually both
Jada
did.
Pinkett- that Jada Pinkett looking motherfucker that came out there and put it down. All right, like I ain't gonna front.
Hey,
Josh Dobbs, I think, is the quarterback for the Arizona Cardinals. Personally, as long as
He
they give
is.
him the right tools as far as in that backfield.
Oh,
He's
I
won
think
the
he
job.
is. I think he's balling out,
Yeah.
and not only is he balling out, I think he's won the respect of that locker room. So
Yes, by far.
And he's actually a sleeper fantasy pick. So
Speaking of sleeper fantasy picks, whoa, what the fuck? Where did Baker Mayfield came from? Where
man,
the fuck did Baker Mayfield come from?
hey, he's
Baker
balling
been
out.
balling. Baker been balling, man. Maturity. He matured. He matured. He
But let's see how it goes without Mike Evans.
did a
though.
Geno.
Yeah, he
did
did.
a
He
Geno.
did do a Geno.
He matured and he kept getting opportunities though.
Yeah.
You notice that? Well, that's one thing about Baker. Baker got opportunities everywhere he went.
Yep.
He always got a shot to do it. He was never out of a job. He was never benched. Right in the end of nobody. He was always got an opportunity. He always got to get an opportunity to get out on the field and prove himself over and over and over again.
Yeah.
And finally, he's showing and proving.
So far, Baker's this year's comeback player of the year.
I agree.
I can, I can absolutely agree with that. Even though they're going to hand that award to DeMar Hamlin, I think Baker earned it so far this year.
Well, I don't see how they're gonna hand it to
They're
DeMar
going to hand
Hamlin
it to him just for
because he's been out. He's already been out.
No, he started last week.
He's already been injured.
He started last week. He played
Yeah,
last week.
but he's already been injured this year.
No, he hasn't. He just wasn't
Man,
starting.
I swear to God, he got carted off the field last week.
No.
I swear to God, if he did,
No, he didn't. That would have been news.
yeah, that would have been. I would have heard about that.
News. Yeah. I think that would have been news. I didn't watch the game, but that would have been news. 'Cause
Speaking
there
of,
was bigger news that he came out there.
speaking of being carted off of the field, there's a question I had considered, and I think now more than any, it needs to be talked about. That's the issue of the numerous Achilles tear issues going on in the league right now, primarily due to artificial grass turf.
That's actually the injury I was thinking of. Tre'Davious White
Yes.
blew out his Achilles.
Is it time? Do you guys think the NFL is going to start taking this seriously and start actually looking into getting rid of and pretty much banning turf as a
Well, turf's been around for a while,
right?
and we're just now starting to see the rush of Achilles injuries.
So what's different? So what's changed?
The only injury before that you got from turf was you got turf burn or you had turf toe, they called it.
Mm-hmm. But
So
now
what's changed?
I don't know what the hell has changed.
I can tell you what's changed is the footwork of the players. They're getting more finesse. The players, the more finesse they get, the more I guess because of the angles they're taking as they're making these moves. One of the biggest things I talk to my high school's wide receivers is footwork and how you're able to use that footwork. And a lot of that footwork requires you to overexert that Achilles. But on a turf, you're doubling the amount of exertion you're putting on that muscle.
Then I got a rebuttal to that. How come we haven't seen these injuries in running backs like Priest Holmes? or you know the elusive backs like LaDainian Tomlinson and
Barry Sanders.
Barry Sanders. How come we haven't seen these injuries in those backs before, and they've had the footwork?
Do you want the politically correct answer or the real answer? Because the real answer is they're soft. The players now are softer than they ever been.
I don't buy that.
No, me neither.
I don't buy that. They're better trained and better technology, nutrition. I think they're better trained. They actually you put these guys, they're faster and stronger than they used to be.
You can play until you're 45 years old now.
Well, not everybody.
Yeah.
You do that as a quarterback.
Well, you're able to play much longer than what you were before.
But I think physically they are. I think they are still. I'm not going to say they're soft. I'm not going there. But there's something changed with the turf. The turf is not what it used to be. They're doing something different. And will they look into it? Maybe not. The bottom line is they like the indoor stadiums.
Mm-hmm.
Indoor stadiums is not going away. So
the turf is really used by primarily 4 different teams in the league right now. But it's coincidence that a lot of these injuries are happening at those 4 different teams' teams. So I don't know if that is a matter of coincidence or if it is a cause of the turf itself.
Don't know, but I think it's got to be. It's probably related, but no, I don't think the NFL is going to go too far. But I tell you what, the NFL needs to look into.
What's that?
That bullshit call at the end of the Kansas City Jets game.
I didn't see that one.
Go ahead, OG.
Patrick Mahomes got picked off to give the ball back to the Jets to see if Zach Wilson, who actually had a good game that night, to see if he could drive them back down and tie or win this game because they only lost by 3. He brought them back, kept them in the game. They was up by 3. He threw the pass. He fumbled. Zach Wilson fumbled and gave Kansas City the ball back in their own territory. Not deep, but in their own territory. They're moving. It's what, 3rd and long, I think. And Patrick Mahomes throws an interception. And it's an ugly interception.
Mm-hmm.
And after the ball is caught by the defender, the ref pump fakes and throws the flag and calls holding on the other. It was 2 players. It was 2 players checking this guy. The guy was double covered. So not the one that caught the ball, but the other one that was checking him. He called holding on him. And I challenge anybody to show it to me. I challenge anybody to show me where this guy got held.
He did it.
It was not even close. It was a terrible call. And guess what? Instead of an interception and the Jets coming back the other way so that we can see if Zach Wilson can pull this game off, it's 1st and 10.
Yeah.
And game over. That's how Kansas City won.
And what you're going to hear from a lot of the young and dumb is this is proof that the NFL is scripted. And then when you get...
And they already saying that because of that damn commercial they got going on.
Well, yeah, the NFL pokes fun at the stupid shit. And then you got us, the older guys that understand the game and realize that this is just typical. The Chiefs are turning into what the Patriots were.
Sauce Gardner was the one that picked him off, and I think, and Sauce put out a tweet and said, "If I was a Swiftie, that ref wouldn't have threw that damn flag." And then he pulled it down, and he pulled it down.
Yeah, he didn't want that $50,000 fine.
He pulled it, but it's still out there. He pulled the tweet down, but it's still out there.
But like I tell Lil,
stole the game from him.
Like I tell Lil Pork Chop all the time. They're gonna miss calls, they're gonna blow calls, and sometimes they're gonna call the complete wrong shit. Mm-hmm. But there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
There's one thing you can do about it. There is one thing you can do about it. Little Pork Chop, if you're listening, there's one thing you can do about it. Don't make the game count on that call.
Exactly. And
Get the game out of reach so that one call don't kill you.
and going, and I'm going to tell Little Pork Chop, my nephew Junior, the same thing I've been telling all the other young athletes and football players at my school here that I work at is because everybody's complaining, oh, the refs aren't calling holding anymore. The refs aren't calling holding anymore in our games. The refs have rules to follow as well. And the Minnesota State rules say very strictly, be lenient with holding calls. Only call calls that have an effect on a game.
Yeah.
I didn't see that part of the rule book, but I know
It's because I know refs that ref for the state,
All right.
and this is what they've gave
Like-
very clear to me.
like with Little Pork Chop, I tell him, as an offensive lineman, keep your hands open. Never close your hands. Keep your hands open. Well, coaches are telling them to grab them on the outside of their shoulder pads.
Yeah, that's how you're supposed to block.
So
Yeah, that's how you're supposed to block on a run. But yeah,
All right, we're talking about blocking right now.
I got one more discussion. I got one more discussion topic for us that everybody.
How do we get from a bad call in Kansas City to how Little Pork Chop is being taught to block on
All right. So
football?
the last discussion I got for us this week is being discussed rapidly everywhere, but not in the right sense. And that's Taylor fucking Swift. Everybody's talking about Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. Here's my question and the real discussion that needs to be had. Is she becoming a distraction in the NFL?
yes,
This is what I got right now. This is what I got.
Number three, she is a distraction and nothing worth talking about in the NFL.
actually, she's not a distraction. She's not a distraction because the
I'm
game
done.
the other night averaged 4 million more viewers than it would have.
I don't care. She ain't got nothing to do with
Okay.
that.
So it's bringing more money.
Okay, bang, bing, bam, boom. There it is.
Go.
Go. Next.
Moving on. Big
I
Ed.
am not entertaining the Taylor Swift conversation.
I honestly didn't even want to put it up there, but I didn't have any other things to bring up. So I was like,
You had
fuck,
to
I'll bring
say
this bitch up.
You had to bring it up. It had to be said. I get it. I got it. But now the can go back home. We're done with it. She's making money for them, but she ain't making sense for us.
She could go. She could go back to the Travis. She could go back to the Kelsey household with Jake from State Farm.
She's
We're moving on to the top three.
Top
Yeah,
three.
All right.
All right. Top three at quarterback this week. We got Justin Herbert, Josh Allen, and Lamar Jackson.
Ballers.
I'm surprised Justin Fields didn't make it.
He had a hell of a game this week.
He actually ended up. Oh, where'd it go?
Don't matter. What's next? We don't care. He's in the Bears. Won the game since October. Let's go.
I'll care
The running backs.
Top three.
Christian
It's
McCaffrey.
October again.
For running backs, Christian McCaffrey, Raheem Mostert, and Kyron Williams.
What was that first guy again?
Christian McCaffrey.
Do you realize that the 49ers has only lost one game since Christian McCaffrey been on their roster?
Yeah. Hey, 49ers have been balling out. But I want to bring up Raheem Mostert, though, because I'm sorry, but Dolphins got the deadliest backfield right now when it comes to running that ball. I'm sorry, but you got Raheem Mostert and David A-Chain?
That's what's kind of interesting about that is because number 4 was Devon Achane.
Exactly. Devon A-Chain. Yeah.
Okay.
So wide receivers, Justin Jefferson.
Whatever. Christian, who was number 1 again? I'm sorry, I missed it. I forgot. I forgot.
Christian McCaffrey.
Well, we talking that bullshit.
All right.
About who got
Wide
the
receivers,
back.
Justin Jefferson,
Yes.
Keenan Allen, and Tyreek Hill.
Ballers.
Keenan Allen been balling.
Man,
Tight ends. TJ Hawkinson.
But I do want to say this.
What's that?
You said Tyreek Hill.
Yep, Tyreek Hill.
Okay, so I'm gonna say I'm not gonna dispute the numbers, but I would have rather had Stephon Diggs on my team this week. Stephon Diggs put off a play where he took one motherfucker and slung him into the other motherfucker. He turned the guy that was trying to tackle him into a blocker to block the other guy that was trying to tackle him.
Oh shit!
He
I need
slung
to
him. Yeah, Stephon Diggs balled the fuck out.
Hey, I made a mistake.
I thought so. I thought you might have, but
I was doing for the season.
I wasn't questioning. I wasn't questioning anything. But
good. You said
So let me go back. Okay,
go back.
quarterbacks was Josh Allen, Anthony Richardson, Lamar Jackson.
yes.
Oh wow, that's different.
Anthony Richardson balled the fuck out.
He sure did.
Running backs: Christian McCaffrey, David Montgomery, Josh Jacobs.
That makes more sense.
Oh, David Montgomery has been on a tear this year.
Man, he finally beat the Packers.
Yeah, he just needed to not be a Bear.
Because they don't own the Lions.
No, they only own the Bears.
For wide receivers, we got AJ Brown, Stephon Diggs, and Nico Collins.
That makes sense.
Woo! Man, Nico Collins, that kid, he's got some talent, but he needed a talented quarterback to get him there.
Yeah,
Wait a minute. What team he on?
the Texans.
Nigga, what you talking about? CJ Stroud is balling.
Man,
Balling like a motherfucker.
I wish we had CJ.
Yo, CJ
is balling.
Oh man,
dang, man. Him and Anthony Richardson are making they're making it hard to determine rookie of the year this early in the season.
They really are. They really are.
at tight ends, we got Cole Kmet, Mark Andrews, and Jonnu Smith.
Jonnu Smith. I picked his ass up in a few leagues because this kid's been balling the fuck out lately.
So check this out. Njoku burnt his face with a fire pit accident and burnt his face off, and they didn't know if he would be able to get a helmet on. So he was at the last minute questionable, and so I took him out and replaced him with Cole Kmet.
Oh, and Cole Kmet had a badass day.
Man, that was a good move.
Whew, I'm so glad I didn't listen to Carlton. All right.
I wish I made that decision.
Right?
Yeah.
He was only right about Jabril Peppers. So
and that is our top three this week.
yes.
Okay, I liked it. All right.
Which means it's time to move on to Stardom Sit-em.
Start 'em and sit 'em. All right. Let's do it. Start 'em and sit 'ems. Do I even have start 'em and sit 'ems? And we use the way you wanted to do it differently, right?
Yep.
2 in a wild card or something like that.
Yeah, 2 in a wild card, 2 starts and a wild card start.
So my 2 starts are going to be the obvious Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes. And my wild card, I don't know if it's really a wild card, but I'm going to say Jared Goff. I don't know if that's really a wild card or not, but I'm going to say Jared Goff.
Oh, wow. I'm actually, Jared Goff is actually one of my stardoms,
Okay.
along with Anthony Richardson. And I'm going to sit Dak.
Wait. Your wild card.
That's going to be my wild card.
Oh, you
Sitting
said
Dak.
say.
No. It's your wild card stardom.
Yeah, your wild card.
Oh, my wild card stardom.
Yes.
I thought you said you were going to sit Goff.
No.
Oh, okay.
That's my wild card stardom.
Yes.
I'm going to go with CJ Stroud for my wild card stardom.
I like it. I'm going to start Tua up against the Giants. I'm going to start Anthony Richardson up against those Titans. And my wild card is going to be Sam Howell against the Bears.
Oh, very wild. This nigga wild as a motherfucker.
I'm sorry, but Sam Howell's been proving something to me this year. I won't say he's elite, but he's damn good.
Are we sitting now?
Yeah.
I'm sitting Desmond Ritter against Houston because my boy got them motherfuckers playing some D down there.
Yeah.
I am sitting Tannehill against Indianapolis
Good move.
and Derek Carr against New England because
He ain't playing.
payback time.
All right.
Oh, he's not playing? He's not playing. Then I'm gonna say Bryce Young against Detroit because they ain't playing either.
Man. And I ain't gonna take anything from Bryce Young. Last week he showed. I watched Bryce Young actually play. Since I'm in Minnesota, I got to watch that game fully. Bryce Young's got a bright.
I like Bryce Young, but the Lions ain't playing though.
They ain't playing no games.
Yeah, I told y'all, and Big Ed was adamant. Oh, Big Ed like to rip my head off. The move would have been for Chicago to trade Justin Fields while he was hot. They could have got him. They could have got the farm for Justin Fields, picked Bryce Young with that first pick, and had a boatload of assets to go along with it. What they got because they would have took a haul. Imagine what they could have got for Justin Fields before the season started. They would have got a haul.
I see.
I wish they would have took CJ instead of Bryce though. I would have wanted CJ.
Bryce was going first.
I think
Bryce was going first. Bryce was going first. CJ is having a better season, but Bryce is still probably going to be the best, the better of the two. But Bryce was going first. There's no doubt.
Yeah.
There was no doubt about that. You were taking Bryce Young with the first pick.
Yeah,
he was going first. I mean, you doing hindsight in that, but yeah, Bryce was definitely going first.
Yeah.
Yeah, living in the moment is CJ, but
yeah,
I think CJ's in a better situation, but I think Bryce will prove to be the better quarterback than out of the three.
One, and that's the best part about Bryce Young and CJ Stroud. They're both they're both quarterbacks being brought into a rebuilding phase for their teams, and that's the best part. And to be honest, I think CJ Stroud. I think personally, I would have wanted Anthony Richardson in Chicago, but at the same time, he's proving himself to be more fragile than the other two.
Well, he's more reckless.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's not sliding. He's putting his head down. He's trying to. He's taking hits. He's letting himself take too many hits.
He's trying to be Dante Culpepper.
You gotta learn.
Doug Flutie.
You got to learn. You can't do that in the NFL. You can't.
He's going to.
Can't challenge these linebackers, bro.
No,
yeah, he's going to Cam Newton route.
You're not a bad
lose.
burger.
You're going to lose. You can't challenge the linebackers. You will lose.
No. Big Ed, who's your sit-ems for quarterback?
My sit-ems for quarterback, I'm sitting Joe Burrow. Daniel Jones. Yeah, Joe Burrow got it. Man, he's got to sit the fuck down for a minute. He's on timeout. And Jimmy G against Green Bay.
And he hurt.
Jimmy G.
He's questionable.
He's questionable, but he is slated to be the starter when he does come back.
Okay. Or actually, hold on. Let me change that. My wild card is going to be Trevor Lawrence against Buffalo.
Ooh. Yeah. That's I could see that as a wild card sit.
Trevor just balled out this past week, though.
That's why I could see that as a wild card sit because Trevor Lawrence ain't no joke this year.
Yeah, but Buffalo's defense.
But Buffalo got to travel. Buffalo got to travel to London.
Yeah, and Buffalo's defense only had one good game so far.
And Buffalo got to travel to London.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jacksonville already there.
Yeah. My sit-ems, Dak Prescott. Absolute. I'm going to sit Mac Jones. And my wild card sit-em, I'm going to go with Justin Fields up against that stingy-ass Washington Commanders defense.
Okay. All right.
Running backs. Start.
Justin Fields, man. I don't know.
That's
I
why
don't
he's
know. I don't
wild
know
card
about that.
because it's so hard for me to actually say he's a sit-em. But
Man, I don't know about that. I don't know. I don't know. Justin.
Yeah, I'm
That's
starting
tough.
him in a few leagues. So
Yeah, I think I
I
would.
have to start him in one league.
Oh, Big Ed starting him too because Big Ed picked him first overall.
Like there's one week I have to start.
oh no, I sat him this week and I kind of regretted doing it.
Well, I bet you did. I got him in one league and I started him. So anyway, my running backs. Let's see. Let's see. Who should I start? Yeah, maybe this guy Christian McCaffrey. Big game, by the way, this week. Frisco and Dallas.
Two of the toughest defenses in the league.
Yes, absolutely. Probably the two toughest defenses in the league.
Yeah.
Although the Jets got a hell of a defense.
Ooh, man.
Christian McCaffrey, Bijan Robinson against Houston. And I need a wild card. Let's see. My wild card, I'm going to go with Devon A. Chain against the Giants.
Oh wow.
Okay.
That kind of negates one of my starters.
All right.
Raheem Mostert against the Giants. I'm gonna go DeAndre Swift against the Rams. And my wild card is James Conner against Cincinnati.
Okay. Bijan up against those Texans is going to be a stardom for me. Aaron Jones against the Raiders, I think, is going to be a smart starter. The Raiders been struggling with that run defense. My wild card, though, is going to be Cam Akers against the Chiefs.
Okay.
I think that one might be a little bit of wishful thinking.
It's called a wild card for a reason.
Yeah, I'm going to sit Cam Akers against the Chiefs.
Kirk Cousins almost made it as a wild card sit him.
Although I probably have to play him in the one league I got him. Because it's bye week, because of a bye week, I might have to play him. But if given a choice, I'd sit him. I'm sitting Antonio Gibson for the rest of my life.
Yeah, that's a good one. Unless he goes to the CFL.
Every year he gets me. And I'm gonna sit Roshan Johnson.
Yeah, sadly.
No, I'm gonna throw one. I'm gonna throw that one out. I'm gonna throw another one that's been a huge disappointment. I'm sitting AJ Dillon.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I might even cut that motherfucker.
Yeah, he's expendable at this point.
He's been terrible.
Yeah.
Well,
Aaron Jones was gone, and you still giving me 1 and 2 points a game. The fuck, man.
Yeah, I'm with you. Big Ed, sit-ems on running back.
Najee Harris against Baltimore.
Another disappointment.
Yes.
I'm gonna sit Brees Hall against Denver.
Another disappointment.
Their running backs at the Jets is just a disappointment in general.
And from a wild card sit, I'm gonna sit Isaiah Pacheco against Minnesota.
Oof.
Oh, okay. You know what? Originally, Isaiah Pacheco was a wild card sit-up or a stardom for me because we have been struggling against the run.
No, you guys have been struggling more against the pass. You guys have been pretty stout against the run.
We can't defend the middle and the run.
Man, you guys can't defend the middle of the field for shit, period.
Okay. My wild card sit-ems. Or not wild card. My sit-ems, I'm going to go with Tony Pollard against that stingy ass run defense of those San Francisco 49ers. No one's running against those motherfuckers.
You ain't passing against them either.
Joshua Dobbs did.
Yeah, that's why I was talking about the pass game. I'm gonna sit
Joshua Dobbs was picking them apart.
I'll sit Javante Williams, and I will sit James Conner.
Javante Williams is out anyways.
He's questionable, so
Okay.
because he ain't doing shit anyways.
All right. Wide receivers, I'm going with the usual suspects, Tyreek Hill and Justin Jefferson. I just want to point out that nobody brought up David Montgomery with the running backs, and I was going to put him as my wild card, but I just thought I already got Jared Goff as my wild card. I don't want to put David Montgomery, and right now I'm doing the same thing because I don't want to say Amon Ra, even though I want to say Amon Ra. So I'm going to say Brandon Ayuk is my wild card.
Ooh, Brandon Ayuk, I'm so happy
Oh, he's back.
that he came back last week and he put in some work. Brandon Ayuk, thank you. I appreciate you coming back. Please stay on the field.
Yes, sir. Tell me about it.
On my starters.
Yes.
I'm gonna start Puka Nacua against Philly. I'm gonna start Stephon Diggs against Jacksonville. And my wild card, depending on who's at quarterback, I'm gonna start Devontae Adams against Green Bay.
Okay.
I'm gonna start Tyreek Hill. I am gonna start Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Yep.
With my wild card, I am gonna go with Tank Dell over in Houston.
He put up a game this past week, boy.
Yeah, he did.
That fucking Tank Dell was.
That kid has got a bright future.
Hey, that dude can ball. I'm sitting the aforementioned Marquez Valdez Scantling. Oh, y'all wasn't here when we had that conversation. Sorry, y'all. I just brought it. I'm doing that. I'm sitting Josh Reynolds.
Why?
Man,
That's why I asked immediately why. I need an explanation.
it's hit or miss with him.
Ah, man, but when he hits,
because Jameson Williams is coming back this week.
Oh yeah.
So
that's gonna bump him down to
targets.
Hey, but
His targets are going down. His
him in
time
the
on the
slot, though?
field. His time on the field is going down.
oh, he's going over to number 2.
no, he be going to number 3.
I don't care. He's gonna be on that field.
He's gonna be in the slot.
I
Reynolds is gonna be in the slot.
think this is the first time I'm actually giving OG pushback on his items on any
I'm
of
sitting him. I don't give a fuck. You can push all you want. I'm sitting his ass.
He hasn't put up. He really hasn't put up big fantasy numbers.
No, he's been getting touchdowns. He's been getting touchdowns, a touchdown here and a touchdown there, and that the touchdowns push him up. But J-Mo's back on the field, baby.
Yeah.
J-Mo gonna get them touches. And I'm also going to sit my wild card sit Drake London.
Ooh, that's a nice wild card.
Yeah, against Atlanta. I mean, against Houston.
Against Houston.
Ooh.
Ooh.
My settings. I'm gonna say Christian Kirk against Buffalo. I'm gonna say Garrett Wilson against Denver. And my wild card, I'm gonna sit Terry McLaurin against Chicago.
Okay. I'm gonna say Christian Kirk. I agree with that. I'm also gonna say Elijah Moore because there's no guarantee he's gonna have Deshaun in that backfield this week. My wild card is gonna be Christian Watson.
Tight ends.
Yep, tight ends.
Usual suspects. Travis Kelce. Sam Laporta. And my wild card is Dawson Knox.
Hey, he's due for a good game.
I like this.
My starters, I'm gonna go Cole Kmet against Washington. Dalton Schultz against Atlanta. And my wild card is gonna be Kyle Pitts against Houston.
Okay.
All right.
I do have Travis Kelce against Minnesota. I do have George Kittle against Dallas. My wild card is going to be Kyle Pitts.
Funny. My sit-ems, I'm going to go with Taysom Hill. Who else I want to sit? Mike Gesicki.
Oh, that's an interesting one.
And my wild card sit-em, I don't know if it's as much of a wild card, but Chigoziem Okonkwo.
Man, he's been a disappointment for me this year.
He's been a disappointment for me.
Yeah. I'm gonna sit going along with tight ends from New England, Hunter Henry. I'm gonna sit Tyler Conklin against Denver. And my wild card is gonna be Hayden Hurst against Detroit.
Okay. I'm gonna sit Mr. Inconsistent Zach Ertz. I'm gonna sit Hunter Henry as well. My wild card though will be Gerald Everett.
He's been a disappointment this year.
Yeah. He's been really on and off. He had like one good game, and that was against the Vikings, which as a tight end, he should have a good game.
Bro, he didn't even make the top 25 tight ends.
I wouldn't doubt it. I do not doubt that at all.
Kickers. I'm just joking.
We're on to our picks now, right?
We are
We went to the
head-to-head,
picks.
actually.
Huh?
Last week we didn't do a head-to-head, obviously, but this week we got one for tight ends. So who do you guys think is going to be a highest scoring tight end this week?
Travis Kelce. I always cheat and go first and get to the
I'm gonna go Mark Andrews.
low hanging fruit.
All right, I like Mark Andrews and I like Travis Kelce. If I had to put my pick out there, I would say Sam Laporte. All right, so moving on to our picks.
I got a question. I got a suggestion because I'm looking at the time and I know that we've been running pretty long. For picks, can we just pick like maybe 3 to 5 games of the week instead of doing all of them?
I like that.
Okay.
Thursday night, Monday night, Sunday night, and Minnesota. And I guess Detroit. So we got Bears versus Commanders.
Commanders.
Bears finally get off the snide. They win this one.
That's what I'm going to go with the Commanders. We will go Detroit versus Carolina.
Detroit.
We are unanimous on that. All right, so KC at Minnesota.
KC.
Casey.
I'm going to go with Minnesota. Dallas at San Fran.
You know all three of us going San Fran.
I agree.
Not so fast.
Whoa.
Bro, don't get surprised like he's
Okay, I'm gonna do it for you.
OG pumping the brakes?
I'm gonna go.
He
I'm
pump
gonna-
faking like his name's Ben Roethlisberger. That's a hard one.
Yeah, no, I'll go with 49ers.
All right, Monday night, Green Bay at the Raiders.
At the Ravens or Raiders?
Raiders.
Oh, Green Bay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Green Bay.
As am I. And that will conclude our 5 picks this week.
I like them. I like them. Just to recap, you picked Minnesota.
Yes.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure I heard that correctly. And Big Ed, you picked Chicago.
Yep.
All right, I just wanted to make sure I heard that correctly.
All right.
And that's that, man. Other than that, folks, we want to thank y'all for tuning in. I like the 5 games. It makes it a little faster because we talked a lot about a lot of other stuff. That said, man, we want to thank y'all for joining us. If you like what you see, make sure you subscribe to the channel. It's the What Up Though Show Network. We really enjoy doing these shows for you, so we hope you enjoy watching them. Let us know. Give us some feedback. Give us some comments. Let us know what you think. We know what they think, those assholes over there at SWFFG, which we don't care. I don't even care anymore. I'm not. Big up to the BSB, Broad Street Bullies Facebook group. Big up to the Showdown Facebook group. So make sure we lifting that up this week. So the Showdown has its own Facebook group now. So we are lifting up the Showdown Facebook group, and that is facebook.com/ShowdownYT, right?
Yes, it is. And
Okay.
on the Facebook group, you will find our weekly injury reports. Anytime anything's updated, we will update our injury report immediately.
Along with a whole lot of other information, fun stuff, entertaining stuff, and more importantly, informative. So that's our number one goal, is to make sure that we get you the information that you need to be successful in your fantasy group. So, Big Ed, did you have something to say over there?
Nope.
All right. Well, on that note, I want to say from Nasty Boys, Big Ed Ways, I'm your boy OG Tim Wilson. We want to thank y'all for joining us. Until next time, this has been the Showdown. Peace.